Good evening. So, if you are anything like me, I have this funny way of spotting patterns, and I'm having a long running conversation with myself for as long as it lasts. And guess what happens to me recently? I suddenly get a call from NUTM, which is very dear to my heart in all the times that I've had to interact with the school. And they say, oh, you know what? We want you at TEDx, and we want to be discussing think global, go global. Like the universe really wants this conversation to happen. So you must hear what I've been saying to myself. And so today, I'll be talking about be local to go global. The process of ideation for me involves working with young people. Nosa is in the audience. Itoro is often the arrowhead of that conversation. I like the devil's advocacy that they bring. And so they say, this time, what are you talking about? And I say to them, be local, go global. And they have this laughter. I'm like, what is it? And they say, you're cutting controversy. I'm not cutting controversy. Just stay with me. This is really a serious conversation to be had. So we start from really happy times. Super Falcons, they go out there. We have this awesome win that we didn't expect. Ndidi here boasting when really she couldn't watch it. She went to bed and was listening for when the neighbors would scream. Yes, we won. We have this awesome win. And then one of our super discoveries, Esther Okoronkwo, is then having this post-match interview. And they ask her, what is so special about Nigerians? And this is her response. I have the video, but I won't play it. And she says, a bit puzzled at first. I guess we're born like that. And I'm sure a lot of us have been wondering and talking to ourselves about this thing. Nigerians, we hail ourselves and we're loud. We are super. And truly, we are super. I've even said myself that being Nigerian is a superpower. And it's not just 30 BG Gang or Burna Boy and Wizkid. It's beyond music. It's in business. It's everywhere. And even for the lesser known areas, we see our doctors doing great things. In checking this out, it just occurred to me that, the data was really everywhere. 1 in 29, with the recent JAPA, is looking like 1 in 5 of the doctors in the UK are of Nigerian extraction. And I'm asking myself, and then we look at the data, undoubtedly, we love education, 64% relative to the Americans who host us. And the median household income is not significantly more. So they are dousing my energy. And truly, I'm asking, what really is this thing? While I think about it, I discover it's really not just us. The Indians, the Chinese, the Asians are powering. And when I look at this data, the same data we looked at previously, I'm humbled. I'm like, maybe we are not that hot too, this noise that we are making. Because if you just, the Chinese outperform us on income, even though from this data, they are not as educated. So it can't just be education. And then for the median household income, the Indians double what it is that we say we're doing. And if it helps, we are great in tech, correct? But when we look at major tech giants of the world, at least we see these guys of Indian extraction, Sundar, Satya, they are leading the Googles and the Microsofts of the world. And I look at the Chinese also. And what do we find? I think I call the Chinese the entrepreneurs of the world and the Indians the intrapreneurs of the world. Jack Ma leading the pack, Liao Feng Feng, Wang Wen Wang, and they're there. And just for context, top tech, top players, almost 70% of the players are of Asian extraction. What is this thing? Because I know that if we can define what this thing is, we can be deliberate and do something about it. And follow my theory. This is what I think this thing is. The cultural values. Culture being the way a group of people do their things that tend to become an identifier, correct? And then the values being the underlying principles that ultimately drive these people, correct? And I'm still thinking, honestly, this is a conversation I've been having with myself, so it's a great opportunity to. So what are some of these values? And I'm thinking Nigerian, correct? Resilience, respect, religion, education, community, and that our never say die, our drive, the hustle spirit. And when you say a great Nigerian, you are likely to find these things, correct? Let me show you what my science then tells me. True about Nigeria, mostly true about China, true about India. But, and this is my conversation, to draw your attention to something that I think innately we know, but somehow we're telling ourselves that it's a good thing. Diwali. You know what Diwali is? Huh? Indian festival, correct? The Chinese New Year, we know. All over the world, these festivals are known. New Yam Festival, even in Nigeria, is regressing. Beyond the New Yam Festival, Eyo Festival, we don't even know. We just grumble when Lagos State says, don't come to Lagos Island between this time and this time. The Doba up north, they are even fading in our nation. And then the one that pains me the most, samosa found its way into small chops. Chinese fried rice or fortune cookies. How is puff puff as sweet as it is? How is puff puff? See, for how interesting you make small chops by throwing grilled chicken, samosa, spring roll, and all those things. Tell me the truth. Do you enjoy small chops without puff puff? It's impossible. Yet, puff puff has not made it to the world stage. And while this seems like a comedic interval, it is actually symbolic of a bigger problem, if you like. So, this is what I want us to talk about briefly, the drift. This is where, for me, the issue is. The drift and its impact. Something that you may not realize is happening. We almost gloat in the idea that, our children are westernizing and we are westernizing, almost suggestive that our culture and its values are inferior. So we're just going to look at the American migrant population between 2018 and 2023, and the source of our data is the US Census. And we look at family households, and I'm sure we all agree that the home and the community really is the cradle of culture, or culturalization, if you like. And look at what's happening. Everybody wasn't, correct? Who is worsening the most? Be bold now, use your full chest. Divorce. This one surprised me. Even America is getting better. Who worsened of everybody else? Use your full chest. Grandparents living in. Who worsened the most? Languages other than English. Who carried the cup? Yeah, this was my reaction when I saw this data. Quiet. No wonder. Who wasn't in growth for income? We just might be seeing something there. Something that we say in the corporate world is true here. Culture eats strategy for breakfast, but culture truly eats everything for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If maybe it's not yet touching you, let me help you a little bit and look at the multiplier effect with India as a case study. I mean, we know these facts about India. Today, they are in the forefront of tech and medicine. Like ourselves, NUTM, and you should really be proud, because I've always likened this school to IIT, established in 1950. So, very strategic positioning. Little wonder that they are in the forefront of technology in the world. If you don't know about this school, I need you to know that among the Indians, you only go to Harvard if you can get into this school. Go and research it. And then the thing we boast the most about, where are we? 20. Where's India? Well, what's the winning formula? Education for sure, and we've talked about education and talked about education. Jakbada, reintegration, okay? One thing that India has done today, everybody is flying to India for Medicare, correct? But part of what you don't see is that today, India, beyond hospitals, is now regarded as the mega hub, the number one producer of generic medicine. They are exporting to 200 countries. So there was an industry that developed as the doctors were transferring skill and interacting with their local community. Hence, local development. But if you watch the Indians closely, whenever they traveled or migrated, whatever it was that they did, they held firmly to their culture. For them, no culture is superior to theirs. Nigeria, do you want to rethink your approach to success? Culture eats everything for breakfast. And so we're going to be ending this conversation right where we started. And I'm louding it. If you're going to be global, please be local. Thank you.